Let's do this. Whether you're up to date on this series, watched one or two at some point, or just an avid Wimpy Kid enthusiast, I'd assume you definitely know what the Diary of a Wimpy Kid Do-It-Yourself book is by now. It's an activity book / diary based on Jeff Kinney's endless, unyielding Diary of a Wimpy Kid book series. Yeah, he's still releasing these fucking things yearly. But just like all the previous videos, this isn't my book. This is yet another poor, godforsaken, random person's old abandoned book. And of course, we are going to be going through all of it. So without keeping you waiting any longer, let's crack this bad boy open already. Okay, let's get started here. Opening up to the very first page, we haven't even made it to the title page yet, and we're already met with something rather interesting. He wrote down his full Instagram login information, not to mention that he made his password simply his first and last name, which was also publicly viewable in his username, essentially making one of the least secure accounts I have ever seen in my entire life. Okay, I did just do a quick username search just to see, and nothing came up, which means he either wised up and changed it at some point, or worst case scenario, tragically, somebody might have taken it over at some point. Okay, I gotta admit, I've been staring blankly at this page for about 10 minutes now. Do you guys see what I fucking see? That's definitely a signature. Could this possibly be signed by the Jeff Kinney himself? This guy? I'm not exactly Rick Harrison from Pawn Stars, so I can't call in an expert to come verify this signature for me. But it's definitely like real ink. And after approximately 5 whole seconds of Google searching, it does look pretty legit to me. It must have been in person at a book signing too, because he wrote a little message to him as well. Create something great. But getting back on track here, you may have already saw because Jeff went ahead and spoiled it for you. But the name of our mysterious author today is Jakari. Up first, of course, we have the Desert Island Picks. For video games, right off the bat, we have Roblox. I always forget just how old Roblox actually is, given that I never actually played it and it didn't even make its way onto my radar until way later on. I was just too busy collecting Bakugan and building my massive castle on Minecraft Pocket Edition. His other 2 picks were Spiral Knights and Lost Saga. I have never heard of either one of those in my entire life, so you guys will just have to let me know if Jakari was cooking or not. For songs, he is only going to be playing Party Rock Anthem on repeat, and for books, he's going to be bringing along this one, as well as Harry Potter and Cookbook. It doesn't specify any particular cookbook, just a fucking cookbook, I guess. His Have You Ever page looks pretty on par with the rest of them, other than 2 little oddities. Not only did he mark yes for being bit by an animal and a person, but he also called out his ops by name. Cosmo the dog and Landon the person seem to be the perpetrators. And for the infamous question, have you ever tried to blow a bubble with a mouthful of raisins? Jakari probably mindlessly started to fill in yes, but then stopped almost exactly halfway through, probably with a realization along the lines of, fuck no, I've never done that. What's your favorite animal? A manatee. 4 adjectives that describe why you like that animal: gentle, fat, slow, and awesome. Favorite movie? Nemo. 4 adjectives: it's funny, cool, underwater, and a lot of animals. But my favorite one on this page is definitely his favorite color. He wrote neon green, and then for his 4 adjectives, he put it green. It reminds me of trees and coral, seaweed. But now it's time to read Jakari's first comic. Gee, Susie, is that your rotten fish I smell? Jesus Christ. No, that's Billy's face. Zooey mama. But now it's time to take a peek into Jakari's very mind. The 2 biggest sections seem to be dedicated to music and weekends and summer, I guess? Or maybe just specifically the weekends in summer. He also has some other normal interests, including TV, video games, and movies. Looks like there's a little sliver up there in the frontal lobe that's dedicated to schoolwork, as well as a section in the back of his mind always thinking about iPhones, apostrophe S iPhones. And he didn't just write down girls, he wrote down sexy girls. Oh, Jakari, you dog. Predict the future. I officially predict that 20 years from now, cars will run on bubbles instead of gasoline. A cheeseburger will cost $100. That's pretty fucking steep. And a ticket to the movies will cost $250. $250. Pets will have their own houses. Underwear will be made out of cotton. I think that's supposed to say rhinoceros will no longer exist. What kind of beef could you possibly have with rhinos as a species, Jakari? A person named Jimmy Maple will be president, and there will be more animals than people. Yeah, I think that one might already be fucking true. Aliens will visit our planet in the year 3016 and make the following announcement. Carrots were supposed to make you sick. 5 bold predictions for the future. Number 1, cars to fly. Number 2, underwater houses. Number 3, no carrots. Number 4, cookies everywhere. And number 5 is touchscreen TV. You know, I've been saying it for years. I've always wanted to get up off my couch, walk over to my TV, and get my grubby little fingerprints all over it to select what I'm going to watch. So futuristic. You know, someday they might even make like a little device of some kind that you can like hold in your hand and like wirelessly select what you're going to watch. I mean, we can dream. Predict your future. I will work as an actor/singer and make $2.5 million a year. I will be 5'3" tall. Come on, Jakari. The least you could do is shoot for the stars a little and put 6 foot. And the thing that will change the most about me between now and then will be I will not wear super skinny jeans. This might be one of the only times, if not the only time, we've ever seen this page get filled out. The Friends Hall of Fame. Sadly, it looks like he didn't go through with drawing each one of his friends, but we do get a little self-portrait he drew of himself. Most likely to become a billionaire, by the way. Oh my god. This may just be the wildest thing I have ever read out of one of these books. It says, what's the most embarrassing thing that ever happened to someone that wasn't you? And Jakari wrote, the person got a boner at a dance and then he fell down the stairs. God damn. Yeah, that's pretty rough. And did you ever do something bad that you never got busted for? He had to make sure nobody was watching, but he did admit yes. But now it's time to revisit our old friend, Ugly Eugene. Ugly People Anonymous. Hi, I guess we are ugly. Not as ugly as your butt wipe face. Yeah, and you smell like rotten eggs threw up on a fart. Dang. Yeah, these guys weren't holding back in the slightest this time. Absolutely no mercy. But now we can get to know Jakari a little bit better with some of his favorites and least favorites. Favorite TV show, SpongeBob, Fairly Odd Parents, and American Dad. Least favorite TV show, Dog with a Blog. One of my favorite parts about going through these books is the memories that come flooding in when I read something that I totally forgot about. I haven't thought about fucking Dog with a Blog in years. But I'm not gonna lie, I kinda liked it. Favorite band, Destiny's Child. Least favorite band, the Jonas Brothers. Favorite smell, fresh cookies out of the oven. Least favorite smell, old diarrhea. As opposed to new diarrhea, of course. And he loves his PlayStation 2 and 3 and Beyonce, and dislikes the Nintendo DS and fucking hates Meghan Trainor. Record your finest moments. For best photo, he didn't bother drawing it. He just directed us to the Instagram account that probably doesn't exist anymore. And for funniest quote, he actually wrote a callback to his Ugly Eugene comic of all things. He was really damn proud of this one, I guess. You smell like rotten eggs. Threw up on a fart. This page here is how I know me and Jakari lived a pretty similar childhood. Best joke you ever heard. Yo mama so stupid she bought tickets for Xbox Live. The first 4 laws you'll pass when you get elected president. Well, it looks like he could only think of one. You're allowed to create your own letter or word and get it published only on some circumstances, though. And then over here, elephant in the room, I had to do quite the censorship job on this one. The baddest thing you ever did as a little kid. The first thing you wrote went way too much into detail, too much information. Nobody needs to read that. Long story short, he mooned somebody. For his second baddest thing, he put, I wrote on my first grade paper, damn, and the whole class had to confess, and they found out who it was after they matched the handwritings, and it was me. Yeah, Jakari, with your freakishly good handwriting for your age, I'm not surprised they found you out. Okay, now for Roderick's pages. I'm not gonna lie, Jakari might just have him on the ropes. He busted through a wall in the impossible maze, saw through his smoke and mirrors, and took a shot at him. But he was a little indecisive here at the end. Are you embarrassed that you pooped in your diaper today? I don't know. Absolutely tragically, for someone who wanted to become a singer when he grows up, he didn't fill out much for his band or write us a song. But he did go ahead and design his tour bus, which is just too good. I also find it absolutely hilarious for his planned tour that he starts in Hollywood and then immediately hauls ass to the East Coast. Jakari fans in the Midwest just can't catch a break these days. Okay guys, you know the drill. It's fart police time. Wildest dreams. Oops. You're under arrest. Oh, is this Taylor Swift? Yes, it is. Where were we? Oh yeah, you're under arrest. But with that, it looks like we are once again nearing the end of our journey here. Sadly, despite Jakari undoubtedly being one of the most dedicated authors we've encountered in this series, and even titling it Diary of a Cool Kid, he did not fill out a single page of the diary section in the back. But thankfully, to end off this video, he did fill out a little bit of his autobiography page. I was born in Redacted on August 28th, 2003. I was 2 inches long and 17 pounds, and I looked like a little man. When I turned 2, I started to get really interested in sports, but I got bored of that when I turned 3 and moved on to singing instead. When I was a kid, everyone always told me that one day I'd grow up to become a singer/actor. Who knew I'd actually become a singer/actor? But that's about it for this one. I want to thank you so much for watching. It really means the most to me. I had an absolute blast, as I always do with these videos, and I really hope that you enjoyed this one as well. Huge shout out to Jakari, the absolute legend who wrote all this. I really hope you're doing well these days, buddy. If you did enjoy this video, definitely go check out the rest of the series if you haven't already. Each and every one of them is absolutely wild and absolutely hilarious in their own right. As for the future of this series, don't you worry. I'm definitely going to continue it with some new episodes into the new year. I do have a lot of future book candidates to get through after all. I think this is probably going to be my last upload until the end of the year. So if you're watching this around its release, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year. And if you're watching it way later on, then Happy Tuesday or whatever, I guess. I also want to take a quick second to thank each and every one of you for making 2025 so amazing. This year has undoubtedly been huge for this channel, and I truly owe it all to you guys. In all seriousness, it means the world to me, and I can't wait to make more silly little videos for you in 2026. But that's it for this video. I hope you have an absolutely amazing day, and I'll see you next year.
I want some cheeseburgers just to eat. I'm talking ketchup, my nigga mustard on the beat. You gotta put a lot of lettuce, please, because I like to have a lot of grease. I remember eating outside with my whole team. Now a nigga gotta stay home cause of quarantine.